Drama is part of the new world of entertainment on BBC1. In 1962, Greville Wynne was arrested for spying. To some people, it had been on the cards for years, but to his Russian friend, Oleg Penkovsky, it was still only a suspicion.
In the war, you worked for British intelligence. And I think you still have important friends. I have things to tell you. Many, many things.
Wynne and Penkovsky, the full story, told on 3 consecutive nights, starting tomorrow on BBC1.
In 10 minutes, Alan Ayckbourn's seasonal comedy Absurd Person Singular explores changes in relationships in 3 kitchens over 3 Christmases. Then at 12:10, slightly earlier than in Radio Times, Duck Soup with the Marx Brothers. And now on BBC1, the main news of the evening from Richard Whitmore.
Three men held in Liverpool are accused of a plot to cause explosions. Police investigate a New Year murder on Millionaires' Row. 30 years on, the story of the British soldiers tortured by the Chinese. And a day of goals in a full sporting programme. Good evening. 3 men have appeared in court in Liverpool charged with conspiracy to cause explosions. And now, with news of pressures and some frayed tempers in today's sporting events, here's Harry Gratian.
Spurs and Everton have opened up a gap between themselves and their rivals at the top of the First Division of the Cannon League. Second-half goals by Garth Crooks and Mark Falco gave Spurs victory at Highbury.
Into 4th place. 50,000 people gathered in central London late last night to see in the new year at Trafalgar Square, and the police celebrated a relatively trouble-free occasion. To avoid a repeat of the tragedy 2 years ago when 2 people died in the crush, a number of safety precautions were taken. Traffic was barred and the fountains were drained. Several people had to be treated for eye injuries after foam was sprayed from aerosols, but there were no serious problems. Of more than 70 people arrested, most got away with a caution from the police. The crowd stayed good-humoured until it dispersed. Parisians celebrated the new year with some style. Champagne flowed freely among revellers who lined the Champs-Élysées in the centre of the French capital. And being Paris, there was a touch of romance in the air. Another tradition was observed in Rome this morning. 2 courageous Italians came stripped for action to one of the bridges across the River Tiber and dived into the none-too-warm waters. That's it from us tonight. A very good night.
Good evening to you. Well, it looks as though it's going to get quite a lot. Showers near the east coast, mainly of rain, but 1 or 2 developing inland as snow. And then, as I say, after dark tomorrow, some snow in the southeast. That's it. Good night.